welcome back to the 𝐙𝐈 Podcast. As always, I am your girl, 𝐓𝐈𝐌𝐿𝐍𝐆. Today, we have a couple of guests here from left to right. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Start with you.
Cortland Jackson, Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
I'm Chloe.
I'm Kay.
I'm Q.
I had to take my little shot, but y'all know to follow me on YouTube at 𝐙𝐈 TV. Also, follow my Instagram page at the 𝐙𝐈 Podcast for updates. But we're going to get right into it. So we're going to do 10 questions. We're going to do a little mini icebreaker. And then we're going to get into our topic of the day. So first question, what's some challenges you've been working on? I'm gonna start with the mediocre stuff first. I'm going to go here now. I'm going to go to my left and then work my way. What's some challenges that you think that, or you say that you've been working on this year, this month, this week? It don't matter. It doesn't have to be anything major.
Just fixing old problems from my past.
Okay, so elaborate, or you just want to
just relationships, parents, friends,
okay,
things of that nature.
For me, I'm gonna say my procrastination, because I haven't been. I feel like this past month, I'm gonna say this month, I've been kind of procrastinating on my work, so I'm catching up on it.
Okay, what's one challenge you've been working through?
Giving myself grace. I feel like I'm a little too hard. Sometimes I feel like I put like unrealistic expectations, and when you don't meet your expectations, you're disappointed. So I don't want to be disappointed in myself. So I'm just giving myself grace.
Family dynamic. Getting to know everybody as an adult.
That is so true.
Explain that. Elaborate that.
So I come from a very tight-knit family, and how we are, due to the pandemic, we don't get together as much.
Okay, so I don't mean to stop you or interrupt you. All right, so you said one of the challenges that you've been working through is
getting to know my family as adults.
Getting to know your family as an adult.
And my friends too.
Okay.
Because I came to a realization like last year that when you are so close-knit with people that you just see them as them and you don't see what they are. At this table, we are all adults, which means we should talk to each other as adults. And so I've had to do some shadow work, soul searching to understand my father, my mother, my sister, my brothers as adults instead of treating them as they were in their adolescence or during their growth periods. I have to see them and love them for who they are, not where they are. So
it's crazy that you say that, because I feel like normally it's the reverse. Like your parents are getting to know, trying to you have to show your parents who you are as an adult, or you have to be like, okay, it's that moment where you and your parents have this moment where it's I'm an adult. You have to not prove to them, or just, I don't even say prove, because I don't feel like I have to prove to my parents that I'm an adult. It's just something that just automatically, sometimes your parents definitely look at you still like their child. They will always look at you like their child.
That's true.
But it's when you really have to insert your dominance and not in a disrespectful way, that is very hard. It'll always be hard for your parents to try to look at you as an adult, though. Yeah. But
because I can say definitely the toughest challenge is not arguing with them. Instead of arguing with them now, I just kind of give them, hey, this ain't my address. I don't pay bills here. So this your domain, this your kingdom. You got it.
Okay. So we're going to move to the next question. Would you say that you're a person who can communicate effectively and talk through things in a dispute, argument, or just in a general conversation? Would you say that you have effective communication? Let's start here with you again.
I think so, depending on the situation. Also, it depends on my communication level. Depends on who am I speaking with. Are they in a clear mind to understand? Have they been drinking, smoking, or what? Anything? Are they, how was their day as well? So I know to, how can I communicate to them to make it effective.
Okay.
For me, I'm gonna say the same thing. It depends on who the person is, because everybody doesn't take the things that you say how you're saying them. Sometimes people perceive things that you say in a different light. And also, people are very sensitive nowadays. So you kind of got to watch what you say and how you say the things to people. And I can be kind of blunt, overly honest, and people don't like that. So
I'm glad that you said that, though, because I feel like one of my challenges or my biggest problems is I think that I'm a person who is naturally very blunt. Like, and so because I'm naturally very blunt, it has caused me to be like, either like, don't come to me if you don't want the honest truth. Like, don't come to me if you don't want me to really tell you the real. And so it's just like, for me, it's like, all right, I'll tell you. Normally, like when I have either friendships, relationships, or whatever, it's like some people feel like I'm not as open or as honest as I could be with them. But it's honestly because sometimes I know that the things that I say can kind of be not disrespectful, but it is definitely like I have to really sometimes realize and learn, like, maybe not say all this or maybe not say all of that. It was,
I do communicate effectively, but I didn't used to. I'll say that. Like, that's something I've been working on so far, like this year. Regardless of the person who, like, whatever state of mind, whatever they're in, I have to get that off my chest. And I learned that I've been watching my tone. And also I realized that when someone does do something to upset me or whatever the case, or it's a disagreement, I wait till I calm down first. Because I know if I talk to you while I'm upset, it's not going to come out the way that I really need it. And I've learned so far, when I talk to you, like, I don't like what you did, it made me feel X, Y, and Z. Like, take it back elementary, it's been more effective instead of like the whole runaround type of thing. So at first, no, I did not communicate effectively because I used to just shut down, like, whatever. Like, I feel like you should read my mind or what you did. But now
that's that Libra shit.
Yeah, like
that's that Libra shit.
I don't shut up. So yeah,
but I feel like it comes with growth and the things that you've been through though. Like once you reach a point where it's like, okay, I'm a grown woman. What you say?
I don't want nobody reading my mind. Oh my God.
She said,
you don't want nobody reading your mind. But like, all right, so for me more so it's like, okay, like I like don't communicate because I feel like you should know. Like, I'm a type of person sometimes where I feel like you should know this because we should be.
Well, I feel like God should just know.
You should know. Like, if we're in it's bad because I feel like, look, go ahead, say what you guys say. You know, this is an open space.
Absolutely.
Say, you know. But I do feel like you should know. Look, listen, let me tell you why I feel like you should know. Because I feel like my person should be me. In a way. Like, we should be the same type of person. But at the same time, I guess what people always say, people are not mind readers. But I don't know. I feel like you should know. But go ahead. What were you gonna say? We'll come back to you.
I'm enjoying.
Oh, okay,
this.
cool.
I'm gonna let this one go.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'm
so
my battles.
I ain't even gonna like you. I'm not. You got the next.
No,
battle.
let it go. No, let it go.
No,
what would you say? I'm gonna say. Would you say you communicate effectively?
I'll agree with those two. It depends on who I'm talking to, what state of mind they're in, what frame of mind, what place they're in life. Because some people, no matter how you spend it to them, no matter how, they just will not take it. I ain't gonna lie. I got a little brother. He a rebel without a cause. You can get that man the answer, and guess what? He's still gonna do what the hell he want to do.
Wow.
So it's like, when it comes to effectively communicating, sometimes the most effective thing to do is not say shit at all.
I agree. Point blank period.
Like, cause I'll say this. I've learned you will make yourself mad trying to get somebody else to see your point. Yep. I ain't got time for that shit. That's dead.
Okay.
Or do you feel like with me, I don't even if you don't see the point, that's fine. But I know I got to get this off. Like, for me personally, I have to get this off my chest because once I get it off my chest or I address whatever it is that I've made me feel that way, I'm fine with it. Like, however you like digest that or take that in, that's on you. If you listen, you don't. But I just know, like, moving forward, what to do, what not to do, how to carry it.
I respect that.
So how do you pick the timing?
I typically, and it's something recently just happened, like it happened like that night, and I was like, I would know that I was really, really upset. So I'm like, I'm not going to say anything because it's going to come off super aggressive. Okay. And I don't want to come off super aggressive because what the situation was, I really wanted to break it down so that they can understand. So then that very next day, it was like through like the whole day, I texted them like, some things that you said the other night, it really made me feel some type of way. So like, I would tell them I'm in the right mind. I can find the right words because I love to be able to articulate what I'm feeling really, really well so that they can understand, like, you're not missing that near point. I'm hitting every point. And then that's when I'll put it on the table.
Okay. Next question. what would you say is your safe space? Or where can you release? Like, what would you say is a place that you can release? Or I wouldn't even just say a place. I'll just use that as a noun. Like a person, place, or a thing.
Is it going like?
It doesn't matter.
My
The
sisters.
floor is open.
My sisters. They are like my safest place. Like the good, the bad. Like my sisters. I can call my sisters right now. Like we're so close. Like when I feel something, like they feel it. When they go through something, like I go through it because we're really literally that close. Like they know me like inside and out. Like non-judgmental, anything. Like that's the safest place that I have.
That's what's up.
I would say my family too. My mother, my father. That's my safe space.
Do everyone feel like they have a safe space? I feel like I asked that question because I feel like for women it's different than men.
I have
Like for women, huh? Like, okay, so I know y'all see, maybe you guys seen the video that kind of went viral on Twitter where the man was saying women friendships and men friendships and how he was defining it. Like with men, they go to their friends to kind of like release. They don't really talk about their bullshit really. Look, just listen. But like they go to release, and then like with females, it was more so of like females go and really like kind of tell they homegirls or like that's like the outlet space. But I do like feel like it's kind of different with men and with women.
I feel like it's different with, like I can see how people can you can feel like it's different with men and women because some guys, the way you guys communicate with your friends, like your guy friends, it may not be like how us girls communicate with our friends. So, you know, some guys might like brush it off, you know, like with me, like so with me and some of my friends, sometimes we really make jokes about it. Like it'll be a serious matter, but we'll kind of like joke it off because that's just sometimes that's how we'll communicate depending on the situation. But I notice like with guys, it'll be something serious and like they'll say something, like they'll tell their friends, and then it's like y'all kind of like brush it off. Y'all say it, but then it's kind of like
it's quick. Yeah. It's like real quick. It's like man, this and then that's it. And then it's and they drop it.
I was about to say I can't speak for no other man but myself. Like when it comes to me and my friends, we communicate.
I think that has
like,
a lot to do with how you were raised, though.
Yeah, but no, I mean, like, no, because in the early 2000s, when I was coming up, like, in my early 20s, it was, hey, nigga, had this drink. We ain't talking about nothing. We finna kick it, and it's gonna be that. Like, but that's just the real, though. Like, now that me and my friends are older, and because I'll say this, the pandemic changed everything for everybody. The way we communicate, the way we look at each other, the way we talk to each other, everything. And so like me and my friends have gotten to a point now where it's like, yeah, nigga, had that drink, but what you going through? Where's your mental space?
I think my issue with talking to people about things.
And this is like a mystery person behind the scenes. Yeah, but go ahead.
I'll introduce myself, of course.
It's Raw Fiends.
I was gonna see a picture of me or something. But no. What I was saying is like, I have a hard time trying to explain my issues to people because it's like, unless you can solve my issues, what's the point of talking about it? So like, I feel like that's as a guy, that's how I got started.
But is that a problem?
I feel like
Go ahead. Because I was raised.
For the men, I feel like for y'all, it's more of an ego thing because I feel like y'all have a hard time telling your homeboys.
Don't
like,
do
hey,
it.
I'm
Calm
broke.
down.
I was just taking my glasses off because this is actually interesting. I love it.
Y'all have a hard time telling y'all homeboys like, hey, I'm broke.
Yeah,
listen,
sure.
y'all will go to the club and y'all will spend
Facts.
Because y'all will go to the club and y'all will spend all your rent money and everything in your pocket and be like, I will figure it out the next day, but I will not let these men who I'm with tonight know that I'm broke.
I think it's a lot of competition in some friend groups. It's
Yeah.
It is.
Ego or competition.
It's like, ego.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of because I mean, just like girls probably talk behind each other's backs, like there are nigga groups that.
Oh, of course.
That nigga
They talk
shit.
And they talk to bitches about it too.
Yeah,
But I'll say it definitely depends on the friend group though. Like you said, it depends on the friend group because I will gladly tell my bros when they be like, hey bro, let's go grab it. Nigga, I got bills.
I'm gonna say one thing.
Like,
but the friend group is all about accountability. My brothers, we hold each other accountable, right or wrong. So also that's also our safe space. I feel as though as men, it's very important to have that safe space. And the people that you're around daily, if you can't talk to them, then they shouldn't be around you daily.
Curry.
Because eventually they
Male or female, I agree.
Okay.
Deals.
That brings back to what he said, like what type of friends. Like your friend group is different from a lot of men's friend group that I know. Like y'all actually, because y'all communicate. Like y'all communicate, y'all talk, and like y'all have no problem. Like
when you know a
saying
person,
things, like
I think it's my word. It's accountability.
Yeah.
but some men,
It's accountability.
yeah, you're right about that.
At the end of the day.
But
But I don't like in your friend group. There's not one person I can name that would be like not open. See what I'm saying? With some men, they will have friends who. Are just
I think
not
sometimes, I think what you're saying is sometimes people, male or female, build friendships off of knownness, clout, money,
look,
who knows who, looks, all of that stuff. So you do begin, when you build a friendship off of those things, you do have those issues within friend groups. Where it's like, it is competition, or it is jealousy, or it is envy, it is ego, everybody trying to stunt for each other. That's why I don't like the friends that I try to, it's hard to get in at this age to me, like new friends, whether it be male or females. I do. Mm-hmm. Because you gotta be aware of people who come into your life trying to, you'd be surprised. People will try to like, not feed off of you, but just try to get in your energy or like get in your space or get in your vibe to see like how she doing this or how she doing that or how is she living. I really say like I go out, but I don't want to know everybody. I'm not trying to be known. Like I just want to be outside and just
enjoy
be me.
space. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care about who know who. I don't care if you know this person. Like that shit don't matter to me. And when you go outside and you're like that, people be mad at shit like that. Like it's really just crazy to me.
Or do you feel like with me, because I'm like in my career job now, and you in career job, you meet different people like higher up positions. I really feel like it's who you come around, because I've never been closed-minded on like friends, because I'm a friendly person. Like I can make a friend wherever I go, or whatever the case may be.
Same.
Since being in my career, I've met like some really wonderful like older women, and it's not no one's trying to be in the spotlight. Everyone's in their own stage of life. They're so supportive. Like
I think like it's what the men said, right? When you get older, and like when you are around mature women or males, or when you're around mature individuals, like with your career, you're gonna always network. You're gonna always build, like friendships with people, and it's gonna be beneficial to you or whatever. And like I ain't gonna lie, I think you use that in discernment as well. Like you just need to take like time to realize like, is this beneficial? Because even people in your career or people that you get to know, like you think they playing it cool or being friends, and it's not even to be negative. Always just be on your P's and Q's, and just always like see if a person is really being real or intentional, or like this relationship or friendship that we're building is real. Go ahead.
Say one thing. So like what we was talking about before, setting up. Like me personally, I like to start a person off at 100%. Most people will start like 50. You got to gain my trust. You got to gain my trust. It's like I'm trying to prove something to you. But if I give it to you at 100, eventually you're gonna show your ways faster, right? Because I'm letting you in.
Okay.
So the first one, man, I ain't got nothing to really scam me for. I ain't really got nothing to.
Right.
So it's like, all right, I could kind of be myself, and eventually you'll see that person for themselves much quicker.
Okay.
I know.
Good. Go ahead. No, ladies first.
And I know it's another thing I noticed with women in friend groups. Sometimes girls go for like the popular girls, the it girls, who don't mean them no well. So then you go for these girls that look good, but behind the scenes they really not good. You have this outlook on friends because you got a group of all girls who are beautiful, look good, but they all don't mean none each other, like not well at all. Like for me, I still have my day one since elementary school friends.
And I was gonna say that
I still got my day ones, regardless of how they look, how they act, what they into. One friend is in something totally different from what I am, but that's still my friend at the end of the day when we still go out as a group. I don't want to change our look. I don't want to be aesthetically pleasing to the eye because my friends are my friends. People go for the aesthetic and what looks good.
I think, you get so much more love being yourself. Not even just trying to be someone who, like, even with being yourself, like, all right, I'm being myself and now people just cling to me. But just like, when you're being yourself, that's when like you realize like I'm being genuine, I'm being humble, I'm being real. That stuff comes back to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it just automatically like I'm just in my own world. Not even just in my own world. I'm just being me, and people are just gravitating towards me, or natural friendships happen, natural conversations happen where it's just like, okay. Like, I feel like being that way, you develop more genuine friendships or relationships with people. But I'm going to move from this. So my next question is, and I'm going to just say 2 more questions. So my next question is, how would you say your friend group describes you, and how would you describe yourself?
I'm the come through friend. You can ask any. I'm the come through friend.
Like pull up, like whatever. If you call me at 3 a.m. and we pulling up and like
you need to cry, you need to laugh, you need to whatever, you need this, you need that. I'm the come through friend. They gonna say I'm dramatic, but I'm really like the come through friend, like because they know like Chloe coming, like no questions. I'm gonna ask questions later.
Do you like are you the friend that if we pulling up, if I call you and say, yeah, I wanna go and Are you the friend? Are you the friend that come and say like, all right, yeah, we ready to go run down and see what's going on here and there? What you say?
I'm the friend. I'ma check you.
That's crazy.
I'ma check you. I'ma definitely check you. I'ma check you. I'm gonna be like, why you wanna do that? Why do you want to do that? I'm gonna talk you down, but at the end of the day, like you said, we all adults, and that's what you. If you really feel like you want to go slide down and egg his car.
No, egg is crazy. I was just saying.
Whatever it is that you want to do, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. But I'm a ride with my friend, right or wrong. But I'm gonna definitely tell you when you're wrong.
True. I appreciate that though.
Like, because at the end of the day, when your mind is made up, if my mind is set, because when my mind is set, my mind is set. If my mind is fixated on I'm gonna do this, regardless of whatever and I value my friend's opinion. You could tell me everything that you want. Even a parent, you could tell me everything that you want that I need to know. But if that's what my mind set on, that's what I'm gonna do. And if you gonna have to learn from it, you gonna have to learn from it.
That's true.
I just want to say, for me personally, this year I have been the friend that's more to myself, and that's because when I sat back over the past years and I just looked at how.
I know what she was going to say.
For real, I get tired of like. Lately, I don't even put my problems on my friends because I've been carrying everybody else's baggage for so long that I'm more like aware not to always put my problems and what I'm going through on my friends.
Right. I think I'm that friend now.
Like my friends just dump. They come to me for any questions, help, personal problems, life problems, and sometimes it gets draining when you try to express yourself to them, you don't get the same energy back sometimes because they're so used to coming to you for comfort. They don't know how to comfort you. So for me, this year, I've learned how to comfort myself. I've learned how to say no. I learned how to not listen sometimes. I don't want to hear for the 10th or 12th times about your breakup that I normally sit through.
So
and I've also learned, like, as a friend that, like, sometimes, like, I don't answer the phone because if I tell you something and I've told you 12 times and you're not listening, I don't want to hear it when you call me and say the same man for the 10th time has done the same thing that you keep complaining about, and I keep giving you advice, and at this point you just want somebody to dump on. I don't have energy for that.
But you know what also bothers me with those types of situations? Like when you begin to withdraw yourself from those types of friends or those types of individuals, they do, right? But it's the simple fact of they don't even see that, like, bro, this is a habit. This is a behavior trait. Like, this is a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like...
Well, most people like that, they don't see that because you have been allowing them to dump. You have been allowing them to vent. You have been allowing them to take over the whole time. So now when you don't, they're not going to see they were the problem at all. So for me, I just tend to... Because what I don't like is somebody's problem on me all the time. I don't dump my problems. I have a problem with staying to myself. I won't go to my friends through every little life problem that I have. Like, every time my friend check up on me, like, why do you come to me and tell me such and such? And I'd be like, well, listen, I'm just tired of everybody else's business. So I don't even want to just do what I'm tired of. Like, I don't want to be a hypocrite.
But I also feel like that's an adult thing too, because there's a lot of things like I've been keeping to myself, and my friends be like, when were you going to say anything?
Right.
And it's not even like about me dumping, because I think my friend group, I think we do really, really well with that, like not dumping, because sometimes when we finally like bring it up and everybody be looking like, well, when did this happen? Or when did that happen to you? Or when were you going to say that? And everyone is always on the thing like, oh, you had this going on, so I didn't want to say that. Or like, oh, girl, I just didn't feel like talking about it because it's the same thing over, or whatever the case may be. But I learned that, and it must be because I'm getting older. Some things I feel like I just keep to myself, because
It is being adult.
I just owe myself that. I just keep it to myself. If I feel like that's something I want to share with you, then I'll share it. But for the most part, I'm really learning. I feel like this is my 20s is my phase of like gaining independence, you know, and figuring out how to solve my own problems and how to comfort myself and, you know, be there for myself. Right. That's just what it is.
That's the best thing you said to me, because I feel like so many individuals don't know how to deal with themselves, or actually just take moments to just be by themselves, or isolate themselves, or actually acknowledge the shit that they actually really be going through. No, on some real shit. And it's like, okay, you came to me, you vent to me, and it's like, okay, like you said, we keep talking about the same shit. When the fuck you gonna apply what we just talked about to this situation? And it's like, yes, I am backing away from you. Yes, I am withdrawing from you, because I don't make other people's problems my problems. This is why I say what I said when I said earlier, I'm blunt, right? So like when it comes to situations where I have to be sensitive to a person's situation, it's hard for me to do, because it's like, all right, I have to consider your feelings, but also, like you said, as your friend, you want to give it to them like how you have your friend group. I want to give you the real. I'm going to give you straight. Like, I'm not going to have no friends around me. And this is why it's important to understand who you have in your friend group, or who you have as a friend. Because I'm not having anybody around me. And I think this is another reason why it's difficult to have friends. Because I'm not having anyone around me where I can't come to you as a friend and tell you, like, you looked crazy. You look dumb. Like, or this was not cool. Like, I don't even like how you play this. Like, or and it's like, I don't think that you should feel any type of way about that. And I don't even think you should feel like I'm trying to come at you sideways. Like, you should know me as a friend to understand that I just want what's best for you. And if you don't get that, then I don't know.
Because I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I'm a friend. I make my stances known. Like, if you bring a situation to me, or if I give you my advice about a situation, I let you know up front, yo, don't bring this shit to me no more, because I don't want to hear it. You bring it to me, be prepared for what I have to say. I try to base my friendships biblically. Like, I give you warning before destruction.
So let me ask you this. How do you feel when they stop coming to you for certain things, and you might have to find out things through other friends because they feel like they can't talk to you because you don't?
I think you set a boundary.
You
set a boundary.
But no,
you set a boundary.
I'll say this. I'm okay with that, because like, I'm kind of like where you are. Because this year I went through a phase where like I had to look out for my sister and my brother. And I was trying to get myself off the ground. Like, I'm literally driving my sister to school, work, wherever the hell she need to go. My brother, that nigga out here looking homeless, and he got a whole house, and I'm trying to figure out my life, and I'm taking care of them, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm at a place now where I'm like, yo, and don't call me.
Hold on. What you said earlier, like, as an adult, you have to learn when to release hold of that. Like, not even just other people's problems, your parents' problems.
Even with your parents.
Right. And so like to answer your question, Ken, like, when I find out stuff on the back end, it's not, why didn't you come to me? It's like, okay, cool. Like, dang.
If anything, it's more, I respect you for respecting me and respecting what I got.
You created a boundary, like I said. That you set a boundary. And it's okay. As the friend should understand, I don't love you no less. When we hang, we going.
Exactly. And then on top of that, my thing about it is, why do you have a friend group when you only dump on one person? That does not make sense. If we are a friend
sometimes
group,
people play favorites. Sometimes as women, we play favorites, and we have our specific.
Because men do it too. Like, because fun fact about me, I have a gay older brother. Like, nigga came out to me when I was 13.
Okay.
And at the time, at 13, that was a lot back in the day. Like, now it's nothing now, but like, that's the brother, like, I go to above all. Like, that's where, like, given they say gay niggas got loose lips, that's bullshit. Like, I tell that man everything. And he gives me his honest opinion. And guess what? Once we talk about it, we talk about it, because the thing about it is, especially when it comes to friends, you have to know your friends. Like, if you know them motherfuckers ain't gonna listen, don't say shit. Like, I tell, like, my little brother, Dennis Coleman. What's up, Dennis? Shout out to the vibe. But like, seriously, like, when he comes to me with stuff, I be like, Dennis, I have nothing to say because you're not gonna listen. Right. You're gonna do what you wanna do. You're gonna do it how you wanna do it. And I've just gotten to a point with the people in my life and the friendships in my life, I'm not a I told you so type of guy. I'm like, when you fall on your ass and you fall on your face from lack of listening, I'm just there with open arms to just say, yo, I love you.
I told you, and once I told you, I'm the type of friend where they come back later
I'm
on
gonna
and
let her
say,
finish.
I should have listened, or you was right about.
I don't like that. Hold on.
But you got to be humble in victory or defeat, though.
Hold on.
But it's not even that for me. It's just that I have certain friends who I notice a lot of my friends are needy. I feel like I'm their go-to. A lot of my friends come to me with their problems and they tell me things, and it's like I give them 100% honest advice, and it's like no matter what I tell them, they will go to 10 other people and still do what they want, but they're going to make sure they still run it by you. Some people don't ever take accountability for who they are and what they are, so it doesn't matter what you say to them, they're still going to do what they want, but they still want to hear what you have to say.
So I got a question for you. So
this gonna be the last.
When it comes down to your friends, you would say you know them well, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you know them back and forth, in and out. Like, you know what they're about.
Yeah.
So it's like,
what accountability do you take?
Yeah, that's what I was finna get to. Thank you, Chloe.
I like that word.
Chloe, my nigga.
So look.
So for me, I start putting people in categories. That's my accountability. Like, even my day ones, I have friends who I've known since 12 and still hang out with. But guess what? I've learned, like I said, I learned how to avoid certain conversations. I've learned how to, sometimes it doesn't even, like, I have friends who I've been friends with since 12 and they have turned to just maybe my going out friend because I don't want to hear that shit. So I will see you when it's time for us to have fun, but when it's time for the drama, I don't look at it. I have friends who I tell, like you said.
Is that a friend or is it an associate?
No, these are my friends. Like, I have friends, like, younger me, reckless me, used to be with the shit all the time. Like, I don't mean no harm. Like, anything you wanted to do, whether you want to kill him today, marry his corpse tomorrow, I'm with it. But let me tell you, now I'll tell certain friends, like, don't you do that. And then guess what? They'll go to another friend who allowed them to do the stupid thing. And then they'll come back to me. And then I don't want to hear it. And then when I don't want to hear it, I have to learn how to put them in categories where I can avoid those type of conversations and type of things to even come my way.
That's respect.
Go ahead, Q.
So with the friend group, like I said, you have to know which friends are for it. There's nothing wrong with having friends just to go out with. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with having friends you could talk to, because all of them aren't meant to do the same thing. Right. So like you said, a person come to you, I feel like a lot of my friends, us being men, we confide in each other so much because we're all we had. Mm-hmm. Most of my friends, they didn't grow up with their father. Right. Mm-hmm. So all of us are technically like our father figure. Mm-hmm. Now, I have a brother who, if it's something dealing with women, I'll ask him about it. Mm-hmm. I'll take his opinion. I'm like, all right, whatever. Okay, cool. I may not listen, but his opinion is important because I don't think that way. Right. So that gives me something to think about. I don't want to go to someone who I think just how we think alike to get opinions or, stuff like that from.
All right, so I'm gonna move on. Okay, you don't mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna move on. So, last two questions. So the first question is, because we really kind of didn't. Well,
which one?
It was describe.
Oh.
No, it was.
It was describe. We didn't get to answer the friendship question. Yeah.
It's okay. All right.
Well, which one were you talking about though? Go ahead, because I want you. If you had something that you want to say.
The question we were just on.
About so all right, I want you to describe what type of friend you are in a friend group. Just one adjective, one word, or one sentence, one phrase. What type of person would you say that you are in a friendship? What did you say that you were?
I'm the come through friend.
Okay. You the?
I'm gonna say supportive friend.
Okay.
Understanding friend.
And why you say that? One.
Because I understand it 100%.
In every situation.
Every situation.
Okay.
Peaceful asshole.
Lord.
No, because I'm serious. No, seriously, because I'll be the friend, like, I'll be with the shit, but I'll also be the friend that also will try to give you every option. Like, hey, bro, think about it this way. No, don't do it. You got to do it right, bro. Like, and then I'm also the asshole, like, nigga, like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb out here.
I'm not the dumb fan.
And then my last question is, what is the purest form of love to you? Or the purest act of love to you? And then after we're getting right into the topic. Yes. What is the purest form of love to you? Like, what is an action or whatever?
From your parents.
No.
From my dad.
Okay.
For me, I'm gonna say it's somebody who just pays attention to details. Things I say, things I want.
It's consideration. Mine was consideration as well.
Mine is, I'm gonna go last. Y'all know I'm a lover boy. I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna think which one I want to say.
Partnership for me.
He's stuck on that.
That
We saw it earlier.
like
So stuck on that.
because I'll say that, I'm gonna tell you why, because partnership shows you everything. Partnership is showing me that, hey, regardless of how much I piss you off, every day you wake up, you choose me. I choose you.
Right.
There's nobody in the world that can sway you, your homegirls, your homeboys. like partnership is everything. Because you can have a girlfriend. Like I tell people all the time, I don't want a wife, I want a partner.
Right.
Because your wife can go out here and do whatever. With partnership, there is, your word, a level of accountability there. Because let's be real, you aren't, like, nobody would ever go into a company, a Fortune 500 company as a partner and not expect to do some work. Mm-hmm. So if you are willing to do the work with me, and it's like, even through all my blemishes and all my mess ups, you're like, I choose you every day. That is the ultimate form of love to me.
Talk, Miss Chloe. We want to hear.
Well, what kind of method? Because guys will say that.
Well,
not you.
Let her talk.
I'm not you. But I'm just saying, guys.
Because he was talking.
I was finna answer.
Let's hear.
I'm just saying,
Just
guys,
give a second. Let her
guys
voice.
will be like, she held me down through the ups and downs be through hell and
Hold
down.
on. Because my next question was, are you a ride or die?
No.
I'm not.
I was about to say, can I answer what you just said?
I'm going to say, let's do the first question first. So let's do the first question first. Go ahead.
Ooh, so
hurry up.
So for me, shit, you just hit me with a lot.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
All right.
Like, you just hit me with a lot.
Me is someone that's being around when they don't have to be. Someone helping out in situations that they don't have to. Someone lending a hand when they don't have to. To me, that's love. Because you're choosing to do this. I'm not asking you. I'm not making you. But because of the person you are choosing, and I think that speaks volumes.
Okay, Chloe, the last thing you said.
This one thing, I think more so like unconditional love, like.
Talk, Mr. Sir.
But I'm saying unconditional love.
You don't believe in what?
I said I get unconditional love. Unconditional love, but I feel like I get unconditional love from my parents, because that's why I said my parents. But like, as far as like friends and things like that, no. But your parents, I right or wrong, you get what I'm saying? That's why I said like my like the person form of love is from my parents.
I can't say that.
Agreed.
It's like everything is conditional on, like,
to people's expense.
Like, I'm gonna tell you what I mean by unconditional. If your partner became a fentanyl addict, whatever, a heroin addict, stole all your shit, it's a certain point where you're like, fuck this. Like, everyone gets to a certain point where you're like, fuck it.
Right.
If it's your child, they can steal everything you own. You still want to be like, that's my child.
And it's very difficult because even with siblings, it's I don't even think siblings is unconditional.
Really?
I don't. Let me tell you why. Because let me tell you why. Because the same scenario you said, right? Your sibling can do all of these different things, right? And then you're like, I'm fucking tired. You understand what I'm saying? But a parent to a sibling, a parent to a child, or a child to a parent, is very different. That is very different to me.
I feel like, I don't know, because I was brought up with siblings. It's like all you got.
Like,
my brother, that's all. Like, that's all you got. So even like my brother did some shit that pissed me off better than they. When I look at it, like, well, my family is like, we have a big family, but my immediate family is really, really small. So you really, at the end of the day, you really all I got when it's all said and done. Like, if our mom and dad go to day tomorrow, you're the only next of kin that I have. So you really all I got. So some shit, you have to look past, and that's how I know, like, it's really unconditional. Like,
at what expense though?
Yeah, I don't feel like it's an expense, because my thing about it is when you're able to come together, especially as adults, and have a conversation.
But what if the one person isn't there?
Well, that's a reality. That's a reality.
My siblings, we may argue, we may fuss, they will piss me off, and it has like even down to like business aspects, and I'm talking about like real business. They could piss me off with certain things that, you know, but at the end of the day, they're still my siblings. And at the end of the day, like I kind of get mad because my mother be like, y'all need to make up, and I'm like, I don't have to talk to nobody. I'm a Taurus.
That's
We're stuck
me.
in our ways.
That's me.
I don't have to talk to you for the rest of my life. I don't care.
Taurus.
But at the end of the day, I know that if I'm in any jam, when it matters the most, who's there are my siblings. When I got sick in 2019, I had stage 5 kidney failure. Thought I had cancer. I was in the hospital for 2 months. My siblings, it wasn't my friends. It was my siblings who were there, washing me up, doing my hair.
Shot a clock, y'all, real
So
quick.
at the end of the day, to me,
Shot it up.
Shot a clock, shot a clock, shot a
matter
clock.
Grab your
what,
Red
it's my
Bull.
siblings.
Oh shit.
It's cool. I cheers you.
I
Cool.
think it's as far as that. I'm gonna tell you that the unconditional love versus my children, siblings, and I think my friends. Because, but me personally, it might sound crazy, but I judge my friends on things that you've done and your value to me. What value do you hold in my life?
Exactly.
What value do I hold in your life?
Right.
And because people come around just for seasons sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as people, we put that unconditional love. This is my man, and that person is not meant to be there.
Exactly.
I got a question.
I agree with you.
But I feel like that's what
What's your
I was
question?
saying.
Oh,
Like
no.
his friend group is so much different because he really has awesome friends. Like I'm not even gonna cap. Like they wanna. I don't tell them.
I want to meet your
Like,
friends.
I
I'm cool.
know
I want to meet your friends.
It's only annoying because I know his friend
I would
group.
really
They
never
cool.
tell them that,
They
but
cool.
he does have. When it comes down to the friend aspect, I cannot say like I met him through one of his friends, and I can never say that friend ever like talked bad about him to me.
They
I've
solid
seen
for
that
sure.
friend have his back, like 100%. So like to me, as an
It's
awesome
like to
friend
the
group.
grave for real.
Now the friend might talk crap about me. I might piss
I
him off.
salute you, G.
But to his immediate friends, like he has an awesome friend group. So that's different to me than some men I've seen. I've seen men be really shysty. I've seen men be like.
But that's
they-
vice versa to
You know,
me.
to keep your enemies closer. I've seen men. They're really like that with a lot of their friends. They can't stand them.
Let me tell y'all. Hold on, let me give you an example.
That's a hatred
Hold on.
thing, though.
But let me give you an
But they keep
example.
'em close.
It is.
That's
but
a
they
hatred
do.
thing.
But listen, but that's the culture here.
But
It's a little different from where you are. But let me
no,
just say.
no, that's
hold up.
universal. That's universal.
That's
because
true. That's true.
Name brand
But
niggas
I
are
also
everywhere.
feel like hold on. I also feel like it like how you grow up plays a part in your character. So it's like, all right, let me just say this. Like, all right, let me give an example to what she was saying. I was somewhere, I was out chilling, getting a drink, and like I'm gonna tell you how people worry about shit that's not fucking important. And so the man was talking about like he was on the phone, or no, he wasn't even on the phone. The man, whoever came up to him or whatever, it be about petty shit, like sections, bullshit. Like people be worried about club shit, bottles, like you said, spending all their fucking money. The man says, how are you going to give this person this section, and not me? And I was sitting here like, is that shit really, like, you're like 30 years old. Like, is that shit really that fucking important?
No,
A
it's not.
section and where you had it in the club and what spot you're in and all that other shit. Like,
It
is that
depends on
shit
the
really
person.
important?
If I pay for it. But see, like me
But
personally-
no, the person had already paid for this particular section. The other person
yeah.
didn't have their money together.
See, me,
And it's like,
But
but
I'ma say
still,
this.
I don't think, to me, I don't
Some
think that
friends
shit.
don't care. Like I have friends
Do
who
not give a fuck.
I'll pay the bill, they'll pay the bill. Like we don't care about certain stuff like that.
first day,
But then
second
also you
Yeah.
have to understand that. But also you
We
have to
said-
First day,
understand-
second day.
I've learned growing up that it's about who shows up. Like so for you,
Facts.
you're the friend I've heard that you might not show up, but you'll send the money. But the money don't matter. It's about you being there.
I'll do
It's
that.
about no, but I'm being honest. It's about you being there. It's
Your
about
gesture is you showing up.
So I had to learn because I could kind of be like that.
Okay, Q, can I ask you a quick question real quick?
The question
Oh,
that
go
was
ahead.
asked.
Go ahead.
This is for everyone. Do you have a friend that you feel like you guys weren't friends? It would be like a loss in your life.
Yes.
I do too.
Love
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Me too. Okay, Q, I got a question for you. Because
Make it quick because we're going to go to the
I
topic.
got you. Because
The main
your
topic.
your friend circle is basically a reverse mirror of mine. Like, you have friends that they didn't have their fathers in their life. I probably have one friend that didn't have his father in his life, and that's only because his dad died. Mm-hmm. And I see, as a man that had his father, still has his father, married to one woman, kids by the same woman, happy, that's all I know. Mm-hmm. And so to see like how that affects him not having his father, like, I just want to know, as men, how have y'all like navigated that space? Because I can't picture a time without my dad.
Hold on, let me just say this. I want you to talk, but I'm gonna make this very quick. It's crazy because, and CJ, you can attest to this, every time I have a male on this, and when I have my male segment here, the main question, and like I feel like men always ask like, what's the difference between having a father and not having a father? You know what I'm saying? Or what's the difference between, or the other, like it's always like, okay, I had this person in my life who has a father or doesn't have a father, or I don't have a father. So what's your perspective of this? Or what's your perspective of that? So it's just like, it's crazy because we don't even realize how important it is to have our parents, male, mother or a father. But go ahead.
So me and my guys, like the main core, we all been broke together. Most of us cousins. So it's been times where there's only one car in the group, like you said, like with your brother and sister, and we sharing that motherfucker. We all gotta get to work. It's been one time. They might be beefing with their parents. They might be with their parents, but I got the apartment. I can't afford the apartment, but I was able to get it. So we all come here and we bust it down. It's all been times where some might been working and some not been working. And we just lean on each other because that's all we got.
Because I'll say this, Q. Like, for me, I'm gonna say this in two parts. For one, like, bro, I would tell any man, like, real shit, I can't imagine my life without my father. For one, that, to me, that's what makes me different from the next guy, is that my dad was in my life. I will say, though,
I don't like that, though.
Huh? What?
No,
I'm saying, like, my life choices and, like, what I did and, like, what I've done and how I've done, because I think
it is a difference,
it's
right?
A difference.
But I don't like that phrase, and I don't like it because I do feel like at times it could be offensive, because I don't want, not to women, but just to both. Like, okay. I feel like it can be offensive. And
can I ask what I said? Because I'm trying to figure out what was offensive.
Okay.
That's what I want to know.
I don't think it's offensive.
You don't think so?
Because I said, like, what makes me feel, I was raised by my dad.
Me too.
So it was like, my friends who don't have a dad or their dad don't like.
Maybe I look at it as offensive because of the simple fact of
I don't think that makes me different.
Right.
However, I do think the way I navigate and the way I deal with certain things in my life is different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, having people really.
I be playing devil's advocate.
People really don't put the importance of a father being in a child's life. And I'm a product of how important that is, to see a man get up and get it every day to say, yo, I got a stomach virus, but I'm gonna take a fucking aspirin and go to work.
And then you also see like the confident father. Because like I think I didn't have my father in my life. I didn't have my father when I was 12, but at the same time, he wasn't like a bum or anything. He was just
not there.
If you would look at my father, you'd probably be like this seems like an amazing guy or whatever. But it's just
wow.
I think like you gotta. I mean, some people have guys in their life, but it's not like
okay.
Yeah, because I'll say this, because this was my other point on the two-sided thing, was that honestly, I would say you guys have a leg up on me.
Wow.
When it comes to being a man, when it comes to being a father, because you get to build your own book.
And why do you feel like you don't get to build your own?
I got a blueprint. So that's like Barack. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm explaining to you. I'm explaining to you.
One mic.
Oh, you're right.
I'll explain to you. So for me, because I'll say this, my dad gave me something he didn't even give. My granddad was abusive as shit. Like, I have an auntie around the same age as me. And my dad, from what he could gather throughout his life, basically grew as I grew. So I have this book, and it's kind of like, my dad is an amazing man. He's outstanding in the community. All men fuck with him. All kids fuck with him. Just, it's like my dad is just that dude back in Arkansas. And it's like, if I don't measure up to that, even in the slightest, as a father, as a husband, there's a pressure there when you, there's a pressure there. And it's like, y'all get to build. I ain't gonna lie. I wish I could build that shit.
So
You can, but go ahead.
Not with a blueprint.
So we all got a blueprint. My blueprint might have came from my granddad. My blueprint might have came from my aunt. It might have came from my brothers. It might have been somebody that I idolized that I never met. So everybody has a blueprint.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that what you do with that blueprint. So the fact that my dad is around, I know my dad. It's just, but he wasn't in my household. So that is what makes he gave me a blueprint by not giving me a blueprint. He gave me a blueprint by making sure I'm always there for my kids no matter what. Not saying my dad wasn't there, but I'm talking about like the small stuff, football games, just to talk. Hey, what's going on? You all right? Just to swing past the house, shoot ball, whatever, anything. Thanks. So just because he didn't give me a blueprint in hand, but he gave me a blueprint.
Because it was like you didn't want to be that.
So look,
respect.
but and so this is why I say to you, like, all in all, it's up to you to live your own life, right? And with or without whatever you had, either you know who to be or you know who not to be. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so don't feel like you have to live up to certain other people's expectations of who your father was.
But see, those are my expectations.
Hold on, let me finish. But
yeah,
listen,
that's what I'm saying. Those are my expectations. Like I gotta be either just like him or better.
Okay, he could have been a great example, right? Don't get me wrong. Or he could have not have been a great example. But at the same time, you have to live your own life and live in your truth. And you either realize how to progress and be different from who this person was, or you be better. Go ahead.
Let me say something. As a person who, my parents are still married to this day. My parents live together. My parents been married since before I was born.
Thanks.
I'm gonna say this. There's been period of times growing up, I felt like I wish I didn't have a 2-parent household. I seen my friends be able to do things I couldn't do. I seen my friends, I feel like, I might have one parent who say yes, one parent who say no. And I felt like at times, like I wish I was separated so I could get my way, selfish reasons. And then also I feel like it sometimes can be detrimental to you because my parents are older. My father's in his 70s, my mother's in her 60s. But my mother is
same
epitome of masculine energy, and she is a boss. Like my mother came straight out of
that's that Leo shit.
17, Leo, straight out of high school at 17.
Was she
her own?
A Leo.
She was one.
That's that Leo shit. Leo women are definitely that.
Honest,
No
she's
real
one
shit.
of 7 siblings. She was the first one to get her own home at 17, working for the FBI. She came out having a great job. She made sure she took care of everybody. My mother literally to this day take care of everybody. And more than her own self. And it's just like she's always had her ducks in a row. Then here I am, a spoiled child who my mother put me through private school. I went to private school. I was spoiled. I got everything I wanted. I had more than my friends, more than my peers. I had plenty of homes, my own bedroom, everything I could imagine my mother gave me. And it's like, how can I measure up to that? So even though she gave me the blueprint, I always felt like a failure because I did not
hold on. So
but I had to also understand times are different. My mother's in her 60s.
It is.
Then getting a home was cheap.
Yep.
Getting a job was
hold
easy.
up. Let me just say this because I want to actually. It is harder.
Yeah, like you like I was
expensive.
about to say, you basically have to be like a couple or two.
Even for apartments, you have to make double, triple.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
But you gotta think, like my dad grew up, and the only degree you could get was an education degree. He grew up before there was the law passed where you can no discrimination in jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So the only degree people got were education degrees.
Right.
All right. So I'm sorry. My apologies. Were you finished? Or go ahead.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if it was saying easier. I mean, I guess.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
House in the hood. That's what they were living at.
So we're going to go to the main topic, and it's actually this question here, sir. Because I want you to, because I don't know what question you had, but you were saying that you had a question, but this goes into our main topic. And also we had a question that we really did not answer. Make it quick though. Go ahead. What was you saying? It was something that was something. Just literally a few minutes ago.
Oh, was I saying about?
Yeah, well, that added to the conversation.
I was saying that what we was talking about as far as men having a blueprint and everything. that's important because it's like, when is the right time to create a family? So, my view is there's no such thing as the right time.
Never.
All right. So I was having this conversation because now that we on it, I was having this conversation with Q about when is the right time to have a family. Now, my perspective was that I wanted to wait until I was stable and that I had enough money. And I didn't mind waiting. I'm not in a rush. Like, I didn't mind waiting until it was the right time. But I do want to ask this question before we get it. Like, this is a part of this topic. So we're now moving into the main topic. So this is the main topic. This is the main topic.
When is the right time to start a family? I agree with you. There is no right time. Disagree with that. Because this.
Hold on. Before you get into your
spill,
whatever. My question is, when it comes to how you was raised, how would you say it has impacted yourself and how you would raise your children?
So I feel like it's no right time to have a kid, because when you look at it, you have millionaires, billionaires that have it all and have kids, and it crumbles. And you have people that have grew up with absolutely like less than nothing and make it really work. So I really feel like it's not no set time. Like, you have people who have women who have had kids at 13 and their kids are surgeons and all these things. So it's I really feel like it's no right time with that. And I grew up, I was raised by my grandmother and my dad, so I grew up with a lot of structure, a lot of respect, like a lot of men, there's a lot of morals. And I feel like with me now, I think that certain things that I do are kind of like old school because my grandma was old. Yeah. So things that I look at or things how I feel with certain things, and like just little things that I do, I'm like, oh my God, this is my grandmother, like, all over again. But that was the only thing that I was really like taught. So I feel like for me, as I'm growing up now, I'm trying to be more structured. And I know, like, when I have kids, that's my whole big thing is structure. Not to be strict, because my grandmother wasn't strict or anything like that, but it was structure. You came in at a certain time, you ate at a certain time, you got up at a certain time. Like, for me, even now at 26, I still get up in the morning early. It doesn't matter if I have something to do or not, I get up. Like, my grandma would get up, put clothes on. She don't gotta go nowhere, but she's putting clothes on. Like, just certain little things that I feel like has like molded me as how I am like today.
Oh, I just wanted to say that I agree, it's no time. And also I feel like as an adult you grow with your kids. And I feel like don't base raising your kids off of your parents. Don't base raising kids off of how you were, because your child is their own unique individual, and then no matter what, they're going to have their own personality, and some things do not go as planned. For me, like I said, my parents were married when they had me. They had a house, both jobs, cars, everything I could ask for. Whereas though me and my child's father is not together, I raised her solely by myself. But at the same time, I don't think people should put stipulations on things, because things don't go as you plan them. And also, like, you could say, like, I want my child to be this and be that. The child is going to grow up regardless, no matter what you give them. Now, you have some kids who listen, they're going to take what their parents tell them, and then you have some who don't give a damn. You see it to this day. That's why these kids out here killing and doing whatever they want to do. Not to say that they don't have good parents, because they can have a good parent. You just may have a disobedient kid because they're being raised by their friends instead of listening to their parent. So for parenting, I tell people, don't be hard on yourself. No, you are doing a good job regardless of the situation. And when it's time to create a family, just make it where as though whatever works for you, because everybody's not going to get the white picket fence and the perfect family. It's just, that's just reality.
And so maybe my perspective of how I look at having children is a trauma response. And I say that because the simple fact of, like, for me, it's like, maybe it's also because of my childhood and the things that I went through in my childhood that I wouldn't want my children to go through.
Right.
But it's like, for me, it's like, I'm not saying everything has to be perfect, but I would want to give my children the same things that I wasn't able to have. So it's like,
nothing wrong with that.
It's like, I do want you to be able, like, I want to be able to be financially stable so that I'm able to afford my children with the things that I did not receive when I needed it.
But let me say this: how many celebrity kids are so
No, I wouldn't spoil my children.
But I'm just saying, you can give your child things and you just don't know how they're going to turn out. Like, you got to understand, these are human beings that you can say whatever. You can say whatever you want, and your kid can be completely opposite. You never know until you actually have them how they're going to turn out.
I agree with that
because
part.
You can have the job, the car, and your child could be very ungrateful and feel entitled to everything that you have.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Say what you have to say, CJ.
I'm saying like, well, you're going about money and stuff, but I'm saying like, you just build someone who doesn't have. Usually, when you give someone too much stuff, they have no ambition.
Yeah,
and that's facts.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I feel like I would want to have a balance on certain things.
But that's like, I feel like a black culture thing because most like I hang around like most people I work with are white people and stuff, and I go hang out in their houses. They have nice big houses. They wear the same shoes to work every day. It's like that's
but
like,
how many? But so with a lot of white people, a lot of them don't even see their families often. A lot of them are not like the black dynamic. Like, we are close.
The thing though, like the thing that you feel like you need to give your kids the newest shoes. I mean, I guess
they have that.
I don't look at like the newest shoes. Right. Like for me, right? I would have wished that I was able to go to college and just go to college.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, you said why?
Yeah.
Because that's something that I really wanted to do.
So let me ask you this. Are you happy with the person you are today?
Yes.
Do you think the person you are today would have been the person you are today if you would have followed the plan you thought was best?
Probably not.
No.
So, and that's the same thing with kids, and I learned that even if we say we want to structure for our kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
That structure should go out the window. I want my kids to be eating by 8 o'clock, they in the bed.
I'm telling you.
That should go out the window.
See, I wouldn't.
I'm
football,
telling you.
You might got a daughter, don't like it.
But see, I never grew up like that though. I never grew up on a like strict schedule. You had to go to sleep this type of time. Like, I wouldn't be.
But not.
I was about to say I did, but to a degree.
Let me say this though.
To a degree, like on Fridays, like it was like, hey, stay up as long as you want. Mm-hmm. But like during the school year, hell yeah. Yeah, that's because like that, and that's what I was getting at. Like, I'm not gonna give my kids everything. Like, I'm gonna show them like, yo, certain shit you gotta earn, big dog. Mm-hmm. Your behavior.
But see, I learned that because my parents gave me literally everything. I had the private school. I had the best education. I had the car at 15 and 9 months. I had my license. I had everything. And I feel like I failed them because I was raised by my friends who did not have fathers, who did not have half of what I had.
I think that's a
and
little
I was
bit
doing
of,
things I shouldn't have.
Me too.
I would have stayed.
Don't cap till you can. I'm the total opposite of you.
See, I wish I would have stayed in school. I wish I would have did what I needed to do. I wish I would have did everything my parents had planned out for me, but I did not. Instead, I did opposite because I was surrounded by people who had less than. And sometimes when you're trying to fit into those spaces where you don't belong, you tend to.
I was gonna say that.
I was about to say,
go ahead, girl.
I think like with me, my dad, like, it was never no pressure on me. So it was like, if you want to grow up and be able to do nothing,
That's
you can be able to do nothing. If you want like when it got high school, like 12th grade year, my dad like, what you want to do? And I remember at the beginning of the year, I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. And he was like, okay, that was it. It was really never no pressure. And I think by him not putting pressure on me throughout my whole entire life, I never felt like, oh my God, I gotta be this. Oh my God, I have to do this. Oh my God, I have to do that. It was a more so, my dad really I'm gonna let Chloe do her. I'm gonna guide you with how I can guide you, but you gotta learn for yourself. So when I came, like, I want to go to college, he was like, okay. When I came, I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to this college no more. I want to go to a different one.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, okay. When I was like, I don't want to do this major, I want to do that.
That's beautiful to have.
He was like,
no, it's not.
But listen,
no, it's not.
That's
because
he was like, okay. And then for me,
I'm gonna let Q go because I feel like
just for me, and then it created a space for me. I went to college, I graduated, I got my career, but it was never no pressure.
It was live your life, baby, girl. And I'm gonna support you. I got you.
So
go ahead.
See, as parents, that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to put nothing on your kids because your kids are their own humans. So only thing our job as parents is to do is guide them. It's not forced them to be a doctor because we think that's right. It's not forced to get married because who's to say that's the right way to do it.
Or that's your life.
Yo, that's your life. My children, it's crazy. I let them say what they want to say. And when I say that, I mean express themselves. Because I never want my children to feel like they can't express themselves in the situation. But also at the same time, if you sit here and express yourself, you're going to listen. And my children are 9 and 6, and I've been raising them like that since they was younger. Do you want to play football? What do you want to do? Do you want to play baseball? Okay, well listen. Give me 1 year of football. If you don't like it, then we can do what you want.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all state your point, but my honey has to leave. So
Nice guys.
all right,
See you,
nice
baby.
meeting you, Chloe.
Thank you.
But like I'll say this, man. Like when it comes to that, because I'll say this. This is one of the curses of having a dad in the household. Is this? Like my dad at 31 just now told me at 31, like a couple of months ago, because I'll be honest with y'all, I was at a point where like I was really disappointed with myself. Like I got my first tour at 19 with Kid Cudi. I've toured with plenty of great musicians. Like there was a point in time, me and my dad were at odds because instead of me doing college like he wanted me to, I said, hey bro, I get to go halfway around the world before I'm 21. Man, fuck what you talking about. I'm finna go do this. And it took my dad a couple months ago, me at 31, where we were having a simple conversation. I'm like, damn dad, when you were 31, you had 3 kids, you've been married for a couple of days.
But you need to not look at it.
Right, and he stopped me and was like, son, your timing is your timing.
it is
Right.
You're right. He was like, you can't control that. And like, cause like now I'm at a space like I don't have kids, but I have god kids. So anything that I want to implement with my kids, I try with my god kids. Like you said, I talk to them.
Let me
talk to them
say
and be
this.
like, hey, yo, what you want to do? Like, hey, where do you want to go? What you want to eat? Like, I let them decide what they want to do because at the end of the day, they have to eventually get used to making decisions on their own. You might as well start them now.
Let me say this.
So
I'm that type of parent. I let my child make decisions. But then my brother said something to me the other day when he was talking to my niece. And I realized you can't always be that type of parent.
Facts.
Because
that's what
he let
balance.
he let them, pick what they want to do. And a lot of times when you let your child pick what they want to do, they don't want to do anything. They don't want to play football. They don't want to play soccer. They don't want to go to dance. They don't want to do those type of things. What they want to do is what their friends is doing, which is TikTok, dancing, at home, watching TV and watching others live their life. So my niece, what it came about was, my niece was asking to get her nails done. And he said, what am I rewarding you with? What am I getting your nails done for? He said, I get my lady nails done because she goes to work. She works hard. She take care of home. You do nothing. I gave you the option to do dance. I gave you the option to do cheer. I gave you the option to do basketball. You don't want to do any of those things. You come home every day from school. You do your homework. And then you spend the rest of your time on a TV or a cell phone.
Yeah.
So what am I rewarding you with? I'm tired of giving you options. So at this point, I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. And this is what you're going to want to do. Right. And let me tell you, and I used to feel some type of way. Like, I feel like you shouldn't do that with kids. But also, I look back at myself. I played guitar. I gave that up. I did dance. I gave that up. A lot of stuff, and when you're young, you test it out. And then when it gets too hard for you, because you don't know any better, you give it up. So you do need your parents to tell you you're going to stick with this. And so you have to give them some type of structure, because if not, when you get up to be an adult, you're never going to know. That's why so many people, they are my age. They're 30 and they're lost out here.
You're insane.
Because they never had structure. So yes, my parents were never strict. I could go out. I could party. I went to them Route 40 parties when I was younger. I had fun. I went to Orange Mills Mall by myself and enjoyed myself with my friends. But
right, because I was about to say,
you need structure. You do need structure.
I think my parents weren't strict. What my parents did, because like my first introduction to kicking it was through my parents, where my parents was like, all right, we fuck with your friends. So y'all, I'm gonna stop you right there. Hold on. You come on to the house. Hey, y'all run me them keys. They're blankets. Y'all have fun.
All right, so let me stop you right there. I'm gonna say I think that there needs to be a healthy balance of both. Allow your child to express themselves, but also create a system, I guess, or a schedule for them. Not strictly. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And this is just me expressing that, but I think it definitely needs to be a healthy balance of both. But you were saying something, CJ. You said that you were who?
I said I'm a control freak, but my only issue. I'm gonna for 2 seconds. I'm just saying, like, this is only from my perspective. That if I had like a guy kid, like a son or something, like I feel like the major thing that I wish that, like, if I had a father, is the skill to eat. Like, I feel like every father should teach their child, or at least their son, a skill that will allow them to eat. Like I at least gave you the ability to feed yourself when I'm gone. Now, whichever you do at past 18, that's on you. But I gave you the skill to eat. Like I gave you the skill to feed yourself.
Let me ask you this though. Look around.
Yeah,
you got the skill, right?
Yeah, you got the skill.
I get you,
but that's something you had to learn on your own.
I mean, and it's also granted that I grew up inside the century. I grew up with YouTube and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I gained, I would say, an okay skill. But I wish I gained like an actual manly skill, fixing cars, something like that. Where it's like if the world ended today, this is not needed. Fixing cars, that's needed. Fixing concrete, building walls, that stuff that's needed. Like if society collapsed today, people still won't need a place to live.
So you agree you were raised by your peers?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
But
that's what I'm saying. That's how we fall short, because our parents give us the tools and the guidelines, but we don't listen.
Now, think about
we
this.
be raised by our peers and what's around us.
Like now.
Hold on.
Think about this.
Think about this.
Think about this right here. Your parents give you the blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say you go to college, become a nurse, whatever, student debt, like 35, 36. You're totally unhappy because you didn't get to experience life on your own.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Someone gave you a blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
You followed that blueprint. Yeah, maybe it was good. Yeah, this is the best thing for you. But as we get older,
no, you won't be unhappy either way.
Here, though, I've been trying to tell him, like, all right, you can have a blueprint,
you're
right?
gonna be unhappy either way.
No, seriously.
No,
you can have a blueprint, but create your own life.
This is crazy. This is a crazy thing. This is a crazy thing, though. You ready? Because I'm finna tag in what you said, and I'm finna tag in what you said and put it together. My dad actually gave me a skill. Music was my skill. Mm-hmm. My dad does not play drums outside other than church. I took that and made it something very lucrative for myself.
Mm-hmm. As you should.
And guess what? He despised me for it.
You know why?
Because I didn't do what he wanted me to do.
Because no,
because like
no.
I'm about to tell you why. Because playing those drums worldwide, that was his dream. He didn't get to live his dream.
Honestly. No, hold up, time out.
My dad's goal was
Hold up. Time out. No, I'm gonna say time out because I feel, me knowing you, right?
Right.
You're a type of person where instead of listening to what the person has said to you, you give a response. Instead of just accepting what the person said and actually like observing that. You know what I'm saying? And like looking at that in a different perspective, like, well, maybe this was his dream. And sometimes, I mean, not his exact dream.
He might have wanted to be, let's say he not want to play drums, but he wanted to do what you did in terms of like moving forward.
Yeah, I was about to say, like going around the world, yes, because, and this is why I say it wasn't his dream to be a musician, because the conversations he gave me, it's more to like the music. Mm-hmm. Like you can't do this shit forever.
Correct.
And it was like my dad, his thing was hoops. Mm-hmm. My dad played at Duke, played point guard, 6'7", killer. Mm-hmm. Basketball was his dream. I'm a football player, but instead of me actually taking my scholarship to Auburn, I ended up staying to Washington.
Right. Okay.
And kid you not, National Baptist Convention, a church event. I get my toilet kid cut.
Okay.
And like I think my dad more so thought long term of what the shit. Because I'm gonna be real. At 31, I'm gonna be real. This music shit ain't consistent. Right. Like people think it is. Like if you're not doing it on a production scale, like really making your bag in this industry ain't really that big. And I get where my dad was coming from.
Are you happy?
Absolutely.
That's
Are
all
you
that
sure?
matters in life.
Absolutely.
Listen,
because
that's what matters.
Because I'll say this: I'm at a point now where, like, far as playing in church, I'm good on it.
Okay. Wow.
Because I have another mandate. Okay. I'm also a minister. Okay. And you have to separate the two. Okay. You have to.
So y'all feel like you have to give your kids I don't know. Like, I'm not saying you have to talk. I'm not telling. See, I feel like it's wrong to tell your kids to go in debt or something like that. That's crazy. But I feel like growing up, I just feel like
No,
I feel like you shouldn't let your kids into the wild and be like, figure it out. You have 18 years with your kids.
What I'm gonna tell my kids.
Hold on.
What I'm gonna tell my kids though.
What you just said, right? I do not believe that 18 is the limit. Like I, as a parent, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Your child can tell you.
I'm not saying that you're saying that, but I know some people who be like, "Oh yeah, 18. I done gave you everything that I need to give you." Like that's not me.
Bullshit.
I feel like you understand what I'm saying. I feel like to do that is like leading your child into destruction.
I don't think any parent.
I can't
say they want to just
18. It's just
you be surprised.
Some parents
You be surprised.
do.
A lot of people like, "Oh, 18, you have to move out my house. 18, you have to do this. You have to do that. It's time for you to be an adult. You're an adult. I raised you." Parents, some parents, I'm not gonna say all parents, are like that.
But I don't see nothing wrong with that, with the 18 thing. If, as a parent, you provided your kids the proper tools.
Right.
Okay.
And they decided they want to do what they want.
Okay.
Because
I agree with that.
I feel like with my
to
children,
an extent.
by me having boys, I feel like it's different raising boys than raising women.
Sure.
Now, I don't have a daughter, so I can't really say if that's true, but that's just what I feel. 18, my kids won't have to get out of my house. But because you're men,
You have to do something.
You have to do something.
And I agree with that.
And my job as a parent is not to tell them what to do, but kind of just give them a little push, a little guidance.
Right.
And then at 18, 19, have something set up for them to say, listen, if you don't want to go to college, here's $25,000 for a business.
You know, you'd be surprised though. You set your children up. So look, time's out, right? What we just said, right? All right, so this whole topic, you understand what I'm saying, was about me waiting to have a child until I'm stable. So you don't even realize that little bit of money is a privilege. And your children don't even realize it's a privilege. Because a lot of people go out in the world and do not have that or do not have the guidance. You understand what I'm saying?
Or stable. Life is never stable.
It's never.
Life is never stable. But for me to say, all right, I'm giving my child $2,500, and then they're able, and for you to not figure out. I wouldn't even say figure out.
The brokest, the people who never had anything.
That's
those
what it
are
is.
usually the most ambitious.
Figure this out, son.
Right, because
That's your job.
Because you're
But
hungry
my thing
for
is,
it.
what I'm saying is, people you don't figure it out. That's the thing.
You
Like
never-
it's people.
I'll say
A lot of billionaires, they start in like their 30s to 40s. They never start at 20.
Wow.
Yes, they're always like, they start later in life, and it's just like, yes, they work. No, I'm telling you, if you look at like Oprah, I'm saying.
I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy.
What, Mike?
Because I met an executive one time, and the shit he told me of why he stayed successful was just like, fuck.
So what was that?
He was like, I never stopped being a kid. But and why do I? And that makes sense because guess what?
What's the industry? What are you talking about?
Music industry. Like, and even he was like, because he was even like, why do you think Walt Disney is so famous? Why do you think Robert Zildjian is so famous? Why do you think all the places we like to enjoy? Why do you think you enjoy them? Because their mindset is how much better I can make it. How much greater can I make it? Their imagination runs wild. Where at some point as an adult, you get extremely stagnant. Because for me, stability is this for me. I want my kids to come up to me and be like, Daddy, the PlayStation 45 is out. Mm-hmm. And it's like, hey, yo, what the progress report look like? What the behavior report look like?
That should be any parent. You know what I'm saying?
What this look like. And I want to be able to hand my kids the card and say, get that to your mama and tell her to go get what she want to get. That's stability for me. When I don't have to worry about swiping my debit card, I don't have to be a millionaire. I feel like
I agree with that. I don't want to be a millionaire.
I'll say this. I feel like the reason why most people fail so tough at life is because they don't draw a line in the sand. Like for me, my career goal earnings is completely different as my career goal. I'll say this. My career goal earnings as a husband, as a father, is totally different as a single man.
That's a good
Wow. Wow.
What, my line in the sand? Mm-hmm. Because it's like, as a single man, it's just me. So what do I really need all that extra money for? At this point, it's a line.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You need to prepare. You need to prepare.
No, because I'm gonna say this. At certain points, it's a line of thing. It's a line called greed that we do cross.
And that's a quote I was gonna say. So there's a good quote that says that most people in the world struggle between two things. They don't know how to make money, or they don't know how to stop making money.
Exactly.
And the reason about
You have to
and
find
the
the
thing
dark
about stop
line.
making money is a lot of people think I got $10,000, but once I get to $20,000, I'll be happy. Then when I get 20, once I get to 30, I'll be happy. They're never
That's
happy.
me.
They keep going.
I was just thinking that. That's me.
That's me.
Let me
That
give you a
is-
background. of me,
That
right?
is me.
I'm 34. I got married.
Damn.
I got married at 21.
You still married?
No, I'm divorced.
Just
13 years, 2 kids. I thought I was good. 100,000 plus job. I'm good. Cool. Redoing the house. I'm good. Super good. Well, at the time, I was 31. I'm perfect. I'm going into my 30s. I'm in stride. I'm good. Divorce happened. Starting all over. At 31. Now I'm like, damn, I'm 34 now. I'm rebuilding. So it's not never enough because you always need a safety net. But I do want to say what you said was, you said it's just me, or what did you say?
Yeah, like right now it's just me.
Even in a marriage, it's just you. And I know you speak on partnership. Now, my mentality is wrong from a lot of people, but this is why my mentality is my mentality. You spoke about God earlier, right? The umbrella of a marriage. God is the umbrella. Say, what'd you say?
God, man, and wife.
God. See, mine's a little different. I would put God, the man, the wife, and the children right there.
Mm-hmm.
If the man fumbles and drops the umbrella, the family gets wet.
Mm-hmm.
So my mindset as a man, and it's wrong. It's wrong to other people, but to me, even in that marriage, I still look at it as if it's just me. So that way, if something happens to me, I die, family is good.
Mm-hmm.
The kids is good.
Mm-hmm.
Their kids is good.
And
So
I think that
I wouldn't change that mentality.
I respect that mentality.
hold on.
I respect the fuck out of it.
So I think that most, it's very difficult. Like most men don't think that way.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And most men don't look at themselves as that type of person, which makes it hard for.
No, they do. But they don't listen.
They do in an egotistical type of way.
Right. So that's where you got to correct it. Because
Okay.
men think very selfishly. But the difference is he's thinking selfishly for his family versus people who think
Himself.
selfish for their self.
But-
Because you
I was
have
about
a
to say,
man
is that
who
more
don't
selfish
care
than-
if his women and kids drown,
I was about to say,
long
is
as he's
that
still
selfish
afloat.
Or is that a contingency plan?
Where so he's
It's a
thinking
view.
like he want to be selfish
It's a
to make
what?
sure
Hold
he
on.
take.
It's a view.
Yeah.
It's a view.
Yeah,
Perspective.
because mine was a contingency plan.
Right.
To my
All right.
ex-wife, it was selfish. It's the
That's
view.
that's
It's
why
the-
I
it's
asked,
the view.
because for some
It was
people
selfish?
it's
Yes.
That was
it's selfish
selfish?
because
it's the view.
because
Yes.
because like that's why
What you just said, hold on, time out. What you just said, it was selfish?
to her, yes.
Well,
Because
trying to understand why it's selfish. Why? So like,
because now
So
he's
it
now-
was selfish. It was all right. So you said, hold on, because you said you.
Mhm.
Well, no, you said God first.
God first.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then you said you,
Mhm.
and then you said man and wife.
Then the kids right after.
And how was that selfish?
That was her view. And it's a lot of women view because after you have it, so okay, prime example. After you have a baby, the number one thing killer for black families is postpartum, I would say.
I
Yes.
agree.
Me,
Yes.
I do
My-
that.
Like I told you, I got married at 21. I don't know about no postpartum.
Right.
Our son was born
Okay.
at 26, 27. I'm still on a mission of we getting our family where we good. So I thought we was at 30s, we kicking and striving. So I'm
Right.
tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm.
She's at home with the kid. She's at home feel like,
Mhm.
I'm losing
Myself.
I'm losing out. I'm losing myself.
Right, basically.
I'm losing out. He's out here doing this.
Right.
So eventually it starts to play tricks on your mind.
It does.
Now, I'm not saying that that was her goal. Like, oh my God, he doing this.
I feel like
But
this.
it's just
if
The
you
lack
can-
of
if you can-
communication.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
But I
that
feel like
because
if you
That's
can
true.
survive postpartum, then you can survive anything.
So would you say that your level of communication is a lot different now after that?
Because of that, 100%.
But I'm gonna say this:
Mhm.
the lack of communication. I say that is because his view is I'm taking care of y'all and I'm doing what I have to do to provide for y'all. Whereas hers is I'm alone because you're not here. So at the end of the day, even though he's screaming, I'm doing what I got to do for us, and she's screaming, I'm not alone. Neither one of them are hearing each other. So that's the lack of communication in the view because he's not wrong and she's not wrong either.
Because Q, can I give you my brother? Because I actually fuck with you.
So look, I want you to say that real quick because I'm gonna say what I need to say on this topic, so that we can, do a quick little
Okay, gotcha.
spill.
So, okay, this is why under my umbrella is God, man, wife, and children. Because, especially in today's society, what are women all about? Empowerment. They're about me. We bad bitches, we run the world, right? So if you a bad bitch, you
Lord,
run the
hold up.
world. I'm just,
Hold up, because he might make me mad because we was arguing earlier about some dumb shit, right?
I'm just saying. So my thing about, so like this is my viewpoint and this is my mindset on it. If you really feel that way, you gotta take
Hold up, let me take a shot
with me, 100%. Because if you're not willing to follow me, that means you're gonna walk with me. That's false. But this is the thing.
That's my ultimatum.
That's my ultimatum. It's like, yo, you either gonna follow me or you walking with me. Because in reality,
that's a man.
I get with that. I get that, right? Hold up, time's out. All right, let me say this shit.
Don't women have their ultimatums, and we cannot deviate from her ultimatums.
Let me tell you this shit that pisses me off, right? Let me tell you the shit that pisses me off. The shit that pisses me off, right? I was listening to some music, okay? I was listening to music that was, I don't even think it was that fucking serious. I was listening to Jesmyn Sullivan. All right, so he said about this artist, or Jesmyn Sullivan or her, that they create music
for better women.
For better women? Better woman? Better woman? Yeah. So that's what he said. And I was like, to me, I was like, okay, just like Ken said just now, right? Perspective. What you said, perspective, right? Okay. I feel like women can be saying these things, but honestly, men don't see the underline. And so just like with the postpartum situation, you guys, and I don't know your situation, I'm just saying, y'all didn't see eye to eye on the same goal or perspective, and you didn't see her point and she didn't see your point. You understand what I'm saying? She felt alone and you felt like this was what that was when it came to a family dynamic. And y'all were both trying to figure out what a family dynamic looked like. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, no, I'm good. I just took my shot. I had to take my shot before I did. I had to take my shot, whatever. But it was like, for me, I feel like when we begin to have effective communication, like you said, and conversations where we understand each other's point of view or perspective, because I said to him, I understand what the music may say in the lyrics, but honestly, if you understand the message that the woman is trying to say to you, then we can get somewhere.
Q, you wanna know what the song she was listening to? You gonna make a hoe out of me. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And like, cause this is my thing with Jesmyn Sullivan.
What?
Cause like,
what song is that?
With her and Jesmyn.
Her song, what is it?
You gonna make a hoe out of me. Like all of that. Okay. And like my whole standpoint on this was this. Coming, like, cause this is the thing. Her perspective ain't gonna be my perspective because I've sat on stage in front of thousands of people and I've seen how this music has affected relationships, lives, even children.
Can I say something? Can I
say? That's what I'm saying. Can I
say something?
Exactly. And I'm saying you got married women out here talking about some "Don't forget to." Why the fuck are you singing that song when you are?
Listen, can I say something?
Pick up your fucking feelings, bitch. Yes.
Okay, women need to do the same thing.
Can I say something?
Okay, cool.
Listen, I'm just going to say this. Nothing literally goes as planned. For me and my child father was together for 3 years without a kid. We never had an argument. We had effective communication. He didn't have a father. So he told me when he has a child, he's going to be, the best father he can be. She was planned. Remind you, we was together 3 years before we had a kid. Most people be together a year before they have a kid, Anyway, he decided when his friend came home from jail when she was 7 months, he didn't want to be a father anymore. He decided I changed. He decided because I didn't smoke anymore. I didn't want to be outside anymore. At this point, I'm a mother. I have to step my crap up. I got to do what I got to do as a mother. Whereas though his friend come home now, he's ready to party and live life. Got his friend back. So he's like, you just changed. So now he's ready to do what he want to do. Cool. We separated. But he turned out, even though he didn't have a father, to not, some guys, don't have a father, they turn out to be the best father. And then some people who don't have a father, they turn out to just be absent just like them. And I just want to say that nothing goes as planned. So it doesn't matter what you plan, because like I said, I had my father. I have both of my parents to this day. And I used to cry because I couldn't give my daughter what they gave me. So I felt like a failure because how come my parents are still married to this day and my father is basically her father, but I couldn't give her what I had.
That was a tough question.
And
did you not tell that he was like,
no,
you know,
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Why the fuck are you
when
reading my mind?
People bamboozle you. So that's why I made
Swindle.
it. That's why I said, to be clear, we was together 3 years before we had a kid, because most people, you know, they have a kid early in the first year, and then you don't really know that person. So you might have a kid early and just be like, you know, you really don't know them.
Right on topic,
I thought I knew him.
We right on topic because look, let me put this down.
But let me tell you, he's an Aries, and all I'm gonna say
they
is
horse.
he
bitches, I would never
changed, and it also became a dynamic, like I said, of who you hang around, and also what you into. When I was with him, he went to work and came home. It probably was boring to him. I told him he didn't need to buy like a bunch of designer clothes and stuff like that because you worked all the way through the night. You worked overnight. I went from driving from Westminster all the way to Arundel Mills to pick him up and drop him off at a good job that his stepfather got him. And I made sure, you know, I'm like, babe, you don't need to spend extra money because you don't go out. You work overnight. When he got the taste of freedom, when he got a taste of them friends who's partying, sleeping with females, that's what he wanted. He didn't want the housewife who had dinner cooked, who was picking him up and dropping him off when he didn't have a car.
Well, I'll say,
who gave him a place to stay.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
It's nothing, because I'm gonna be real.
What I'm gonna say is the type of man who I thought he was, and my family can tell you, he's not who he turned out to be. Everybody say that when they look at my daughter. They be like, I never thought he would be that type of father.
Your peers influence you, like you said.
They do.
Whether children or adults.
They do.
Your peers influence you, like you say. Time out, though. So you're right on topic, right? Because we was having a conversation, right? And what you just say?
Girl, I'm tore up. I don't know what I just said.
Not tore up, Scoop.
But okay. Scoop is tore up. Listen.
All right, so this is what I really wanted to get into. My perspective and Q's perspective, because we was having a conversation, right? So, because I broke it down from the conversation that we were having, right? So Q's perspective was more so that you should enjoy the moment. Like,
100%.
Why would you think that? Like,
enjoy the moment far as well.
What moment?
So, all right. He felt like when it comes to having children or whatever, or dating, or even when you're having whatever, like you should just enjoy the moment. Like enjoy the moment of pregnancy, of dating, or whatever. I didn't agree with that.
I agree with that 100%.
I don't. Let me tell you. All right. So my perspective was like, all right, and I think like for real, most men have this like go with the flow attitude, like or this like. We'll figure it out when we get to this, or like, we'll figure it out when we get to that. Like, and most women are like, I need to understand what we're doing. Because I do need to understand what we're doing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I need to understand where we're going, where this is going. And for me to have, because we're talking about children, parenthood, childhood, motherhood, fatherhood. We're talking about that. So like, for me, it's like, I don't take that lightly. You understand what I'm saying? So for me to go with the flow of pregnancy is crazy.
Well, I'll say this. I'll ask you this. Do you think men take giving a woman his last name as a joke? That is like ultimately serious.
This is your perspective.
Divorce rate is at an all-time high.
I was about to say, you want to know why divorce rate is all-time high? Because couples do not know each other.
Exactly.
But that's why I made it clear to say when I was with my child father, we was together for years before we had a kid. A lot of these people are rushing into situations. When I tell you that man was literally my best friend, my ride or die. I mean, we told each other everything. We had an understanding. You know how when you get mad at your spouse, we never went to bed mad at each other. We talked.
This is what I was talking about. What you were saying right now, right? So he was like, "You should go with the flow." What flow?
Yeah.
And I said, flow. What flow? Because the simple fact of, all right, I said that I wanted to wait. And why I said I wanted to wait was because of the simple fact of, like, I would like to get to know you. And early we was talking about dating, right? Yeah. First date, second date, third date, whatever. I need to get to know the person that I'm fucking with, I'm dealing with.
But
I want to get to know you.
It doesn't matter how long you get to know them. Because you can get to know that man for 5 years, and then once y'all get in a double situation, he's a whole different person.
And I said that to him.
Because one thing about women like stability. Men can go every day without stability.
She's agreeing with me.
Listen,
because people today they could be like this tomorrow.
But what I
it
doesn't matter if you decide to wait.
You know, I told you I spend that $500.
Spend it. And I don't mean no harm. I got a child, but I tell all my friends, I say live your life, and I tell my friends don't have kids. I say live your life and do what's best for you. Yes, I have a 9-year-old child, but at the same time, I tell my friends don't have kids because I want them to experience whatever they can experience. But at the same time, not to say they're not going to have a good experience, but what I'm saying is just live your life. But at the same time, when you get with someone, people change. People wake up and decide they want change.
I changed.
You can be set in your ways for years.
But I'll say this. Right, but I'll say this. But
most of the time, but this is what I'm saying. Most of the time, it's men. It's not women. Because women are more set in their ways than men. Men will wake up one day and decide. That's why they say Papa's a Rolling Stone. He went out for milk. He never came back because men will decide. Men will decide. This is not what they want.
If we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it.
Men will decide out the blue. This is not what's for them.
Let me get you out. Hold on. Watch this. Check this out. You know why? You know why men change like that?
Why?
Because we don't have an outlet.
That's your fault.
It's not.
Hold on.
It's not. Because because when you have an outlet of like-minded people, sometimes I honestly believe that helps you a little bit. When your woman is stressing you, you're going back, especially back in them times, you're going to work 6 days, 7 days, the wife ain't working. It's just different.
It depends on your peers.
And it's really okay. But sometimes as a man, when you're looking for that outlet, sometimes you find it in your brother. Sometimes you find it in your dad. Sometimes you find it in Miss Michelle across the street.
Your friends are hoes.
My friends are not hoes.
Your friends are
wait a
minute.
I have a thing called.
We're gonna do this on this podcast.
I have a thing called whippets.
Listen.
And I beat.
Because I just want to say.
Period.
Because like I'll say
don't give her nothing else to drink. She said she beat bitches up, so she at that point. Okay.
So
where did that come from?
Across the street is crazy. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, so this is my whole thing.
I wish a bitch would come to me like, I was with your nigga last night.
But back in the
a bitch across the street.
Is. So I'll say,
and I don't even fucking with
he didn't put the glasses
on. And that's crazy.
This is my take.
That's crazy to me. Because if I was to fuck another nigga across the street, you wouldn't understand that.
Well, we all know women are stronger than men anyway.
No, it's not that we stronger than y'all.
Insane.
See, this is the thing.
Y'all put up with
no, but you know what? But you know what? No. Q.
We ready to wrap this shit up because
I gotta disagree with you on that because I'll say this: it depends on the man, and it's based on his psyche.
What are we talking
but
about?
I would say this on what she said when it comes to both of y'all said when it comes to people changing. My thing about it is, at some point, the other side has to take accountability because as their partner, as their person, you have to notice the change. You have to notice the change. And then my thing about it, you have to bring them together. Because I'll say this. I started the thing with my parents where I told my dad, I said, Dad, pick a day out of every month that does not coincide with leap year. You and mama turn off y'all fucking phones, turn off the TV, order some pizza, get some wine, and have an actual adult conversation.
But this is the thing.
About what's
you can
going
notice
on.
the change. With my baby father, I seen the change. That I can tell you the exact day I noticed the change. He came home. He texted me and said, I can't wait to see my girls. He came all the way out Carroll County and then said to me, I'm going to stay at my grandmother's. Now, he's been living with me for over 2 years. Why would you want to stay at your grandmother? So my heart dropped because I knew.
Can I be honest?
I don't like Granny.
Can I be honest? Why? Can I be honest?
I don't
Why?
like Granny.
Can I be honest? Why he did?
I don't like Granny.
Because
he was cheating at this point. This was
everybody
first
always start cheating, blaming on Granny.
But
I don't like Granny.
I'll also say this though. But I also say this though because I'll say this. One thing about men, I think women have never honestly realized we like our fucking space.
Hold.
Like no, hold on. Let me
tell you something.
Let me finish.
My space.
No, hold on. Let me finish. Because this is the thing.
We better wrap shit up.
This is the thing. Because I'll say where I'm from. I can't speak for Baltimore. I can only speak for Arkansas. Like, push come to shove.
Like, nothing.
Girl, nothing.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Now, fellas, I need y'all to tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. Cause niggas ain't gonna, women, y'all gonna be like, nah, bro, that ain't the case cause y'all women. They not gonna lie to me. Like, women universally have this thing where they don't give a fuck about what you say. Like, let's be real. If a man say, hey, yo, if a man is pissed off and say, hey, yo, leave me the fuck alone, what are y'all gonna do? 9 times out of 10, keep fucking talking.
No.
And then when we snap off,
Let me tell you something.
Wow.
It's
you're
about
the 1
growth.
percentile.
But I don't care about the 1 percentile. This is the thing. When you get old enough, remind you, I'm 30, so I'm different than most people. When you get to that certain age, you just don't do the things that you do when you were younger.
Agreed.
I told you when I was younger, I was with all the reckless stuff. I was with the slashing of the tires because I had nothing of my own. I had nothing to live for. So I didn't care about certain things when it came down to my relationship. People used to say back then, oh, I love toxic. I used to love toxic. Me now, I don't care about none of that type of stuff.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, I love communication.
Don't do it. Don't do it, bro.
No.
Don't do it.
He was married at 21. He's trying to.
Well, I'll say this. Enjoy it while I'm at a point like
when you hold yourself accountable and you learn.
A lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't. And that's what I'm saying. As adults, a lot of people don't say I'm the problem. I sit back and I listen to people. I listen to people
an hour ago.
And I don't tell people when they wrong, but I'm like I said, I observe. So I listen to people talk about where everybody else went wrong and not where they went wrong. I can easily tell you when I fumbled a man, when I should have did better than I needed to do, and when I didn't stand up to the standards that I needed to stand up to. But when I feel like I've been A1 and I was cut short, that's when the problem comes in.
Take a charge.
And I'm just saying, like, and that's with anything. That's with me, with my relationships and friendships, because I can hold myself accountable and say, hey, I'm slacking here. I'm not doing good here. Right. A lot of people don't want to say.
Because
I'm going to leave it here. Leave it here. Leave it here. Go ahead. Say what you
Because I'll say this. Like, when it comes to me, quick, honest truth about myself, I'm in therapy. And I have a white therapist. Congratulations. Because for me, no, and this is why. I'm going to tell you why I have a white therapist. Because I don't want anybody that identifies with my black struggle. I want somebody that identifies with my struggle.
So
I want somebody to go home, actually do their homework on me and come back to me with some stuff and help me get enough. Because I guess in reality, white people don't see the same shit we see, and we don't see the same shit white people see.
And they're never going to see you. They're never going to see you past your blackness. So let me just say this. While you're going to a white therapist, they're never going to relate to you. No matter how much you want their advice, they're never going to relate to you or tell you what you need to know.
I don't want them to relate to me.
What he's looking for is a different perspective.
But this is my thing. No. You
grow.
cannot have a different perspective because they can never relate to what you went through or
That's
what you
why I
had
got
to
a white therapist so they wouldn't relate to me.
Listen,
no.
What they see you as, like, all right,
It's
so as
never
a
gonna
woman,
change.
right?
And they're
As
never
a
going to be
black
100% to put you where you need to be.
How come?
That's what you're because that's
maybe
let me tell you something.
Okay, so
get the white person with you. You can go because at the end of the day, let's just keep it a bang. Black people, we do not support each other like we should. We do not do the necessary things for each other like we should. But like when the right white person get a hold of you, you take off.
That's
and like
I don't like the coonery.
I don't.
That's not coonery. That's not coonery. That's reality. That's like
you're not ganging up on him. White people
isn't that real reality?
One mic. But look, let me just say what I said. I said what I said. We said because
ain't no white person about to take me.
I wouldn't even go to a white woman.
Where we need to go?
A white woman because she don't understand my struggle.
And that's the problem. Y'all want people to understand y'all struggle instead of
like at the end. But this is my thing. How can she relate to you if she don't even understand?
She don't understand shit. She can give you advice, but she don't understand your world.
She can't even give you good advice.
Listen, time out.
Okay.
You need a time out. No.
Oh my God, he didn't eat for one night. She can't relate to that or tell you what to do.
You need a person who understands black. Like I think that, and this goes back to what we talked about at the very beginning. I think that black men don't have outlets, but you need a person. Times out. Don't say shit.
She drunk.
No, I'm not. I'm very, very, listen, you need a person who really understands what you're going through. And as black men, I think you need another black man who understands what the fuck you're really going through. Because a white man can't understand that you didn't eat. A white man can't understand that you was broke. A white man can't understand certain struggles that you went through as a black man in the world, in America, or wherever you live. They don't understand that shit.
Okay, cute.
They can give you advice in a different perspective, but they can't understand what the fuck you're going through. And I understand that you want to go to a white person to really get like insight.
I don't want us to sound racist because we're not racist.
Okay, Q. You ready? You ready? Because you said something that was very powerful. You need to go to a person. She didn't say a black person, did she?
She did say another black man.
No. Initially, she said, hold on, I'll let you get your spiel.
Okay.
I'll let you get your one mic.
This is a
one mic.
You're right, but this is what
and I let her get it out.
Flag on the play. Go ahead. Flag on the play though.
So,
but we're gonna let you go. We need a rewind.
So
this
is what she said, right? You need a person, right? So this is
what do you this white man can give to you?
Okay, if you would let it get the fuck out, I would tell.
Well, talk.
Well, you have to listen with your ears.
All right, well, talk. Come on. Mic's up. Talk.
Relax.
Because let me say this, and the reason why I'm saying that white people cannot compare is because even you got the white trailer trash that still want to think they better than you.
Trash.
They don't
call them projects. They call them trailer trash.
They still listen to me. No, because it's a difference. White people know the difference in white people.
And we are not racist.
But no. We're not racist at all.
So
but what I'm saying is,
do y'all want to hear where I'm coming from with
they
this?
still never going to relate to me.
I don't want them to relate to me. I want them to understand. Because at the end of the day.
Why do you want a white man to understand you?
Okay, if y'all would let me fucking talk,
just fucking talk. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Shit. I'm trying to say what I'm trying to say, but I cannot talk over people that will not listen.
You got it. Go ahead.
I can't listen to this. It ain't nothing.
Hold on.
It ain't nothing.
Because I gave them their respect to listen to their perspective.
You're right. Let him have the floor. Let him talk. We're gonna shut the fuck up. Right. We're gonna shut the fuck up. Let him talk. Mr. Ken.
Boy, drunk than a motherfucker. I swear to myself. So, this is my perspective on it. I don't need them to understand me as a black man. I got friends for that shit. Mm-hmm. I got hella black friends for that shit. Mm-hmm. What I need is another perspective to help my mind grow. The reason why black people are the way they are is because we don't want to deal with another culture because we think all cultures are evil or they don't want nothing good for us.
No, we don't.
I'm not speaking as like.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying for y'all, but I'm saying most black people.
We didn't say
think
anything.
That shit.
Go ahead.
Yes, I did. It was hurt, but it's okay. Like I'm saying most black people. I'm not saying y'all. Y'all have definitely made it clear that y'all are not racist. Y'all CeeLo ain't my CeeLo, but my thing is now they just complained about black men not having an outlet, right? But when a black man decides to choose an outlet, because in reality, guess what they did? Guess what they did? They basically tried to sun me because it was almost like the same thing of me dating a white woman. They got in their feelings. It was almost the same equivalent of me saying, "Oh, I only like white women," and it's like, "What can a white motherfucker teach you?"
It's
like,
not
no,
that.
it's not.
It's just like when you understand that certain people cannot understand your struggle, then you will understand that it's a difference. Listen,
okay, well, hold on. Let me finish.
I don't care if it's brown. I don't care if it's white. I don't care if it's red, yellow, purple. I don't care what color. We just don't.
What struggle I think y'all go through now? I can see if y'all talking about back in the day, but I think black people just. It's like almost like how
it's a mindset.
Exactly.
Yes, but I feel like
because problems are universal at the end of the day.
I want to hear what you got to say.
Black or white. Black or white. If you broke, you broke.
Ain't nobody. A white person is going through the same type of struggle.
What I'm saying is universal. Okay, Q.
Go ahead.
Q.
Listen, I want to hear what he got to say.
Q. I want to know. So,
right.
Okay, say I'm a white man sitting across from you, right?
Okay.
No, he said they can ask what? I want to hear what the fuck he had.
So if you black and I'm white, right?
Like 11 o'clock.
Would you? Okay, so let's say we both broke at the same time. Would you really give a fuck about how I was broke? Would you really care, or was it? Yeah, like I'm a white guy and we both broke. Like I filed bankruptcy. Your ass just broke.
White guys give money to.
Like
listen, what we don't understand.
What I will say, hold on, let me get my point. Hold on.
Go ahead, Mr. Q.
Give me 1 second.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna bring it back to the main topic, which is having children and being stable.
Correct.
Well, sometimes what we as parents have to prepare for, because I had to prepare for it, and I was like, what the hell? When you have children are innocent.
Mm.
You want to be stable. You want to send your child to the good schools.
Mm-hmm.
You want to give your child the best. 9 times out of 10, that best, they'll be in the 1% of that school.
Mm-hmm.
Or might be all white.
Mm-hmm.
It might be other ethnicity.
Right.
So the way that y'all jumped on Ken about having a white therapist, it's important as parents. We're gonna have to understand a little bit how white people, like, what's really going on, because when your friend brings home Timothy, or he's dating Suzanne because those are the people he's around,
Or hanging with Trevor.
you have to understand that when they come into your home.
Thank you.
And it's going to be the same way when your child goes into that home, because the camera's on. It's been times where it's like, Dad, I want to go over such house, and I have to make the executive decision as, you know what, son?
They white. I can't do it.
Nah, it just hold on.
I want to speak on this topic
It
because
makes me second guess before I send my child.
I want to say this.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's because what I was taught as a child, but also it's like you gotta.
I feel like you have to go based off your experience.
No. This is what I want to say.
Go ahead.
My brother has 5 kids with a white woman. My nieces are mixed.
Okay.
They identify as black though.
100%.
My daughter goes to a school in Carroll County. All her friends are white. She only has 2 other black boys in her class. My daughter acts white. That's all she knows. She talks very proper. She acts just like them. But I'm going to still, she is. But I'm going to still say that I feel like no matter how long she's been there, no matter how long she's been there, she's still black. Not seen. Yeah, she's still black. She's still not seen how she needs to be seen. I'd rather my daughter identify. So yes, I put her in all black cheerleading. I put her, I make sure she knows. Like I put her in extra, activities to make sure not out there, because I want her to be surrounded by us,
the culture.
But the reason why I do that, and I want her to be heard from another black person, because I don't want her to ever feel like she has to be accepted by them, because at the end of the day, they're never going to accept her no matter what. At the end of the day, let me tell you something. My daughter started this.
Y'all different.
Listen,
but this is
let me tell you. Let me say this. But I'm gonna say it's a difference. Listen to me when I say it's a difference.
I'm gonna let her say what she gotta say, but I'm gonna wrap it up here.
Carroll County white and mixed is different from Baltimore County or Baltimore City white and mixed. It's a difference. So at the beginning of the school year, she came to me, my teacher don't like me. I had to message her teacher in a proper way and just tell her, like, I want my daughter to feel safe and heard. Because my child is with you half of the day. I want her to be safe and I want her to feel heard. She's telling me you're not calling on her. She's raising her hand. She loves math. It's her favorite subject. You're not calling on her. You just skipped over her with paperwork. Let me tell you, that teacher has gave her, my daughter ain't never, even though she's only in 3rd grade, she's never had anything she's never had a C. So ever since I reached out to this teacher, and the teacher's like, I'm sorry, you feel this way. She has gave my daughter horrible grades. 7 out of 10 does not equal C. So let me tell you this. At the end of the day, I feel like she's looking at my daughter that you're just black. She's still not seeing her as an equal. She's still not seeing her as who she really is. So my thing is, no matter how many white people my child is surrounded by, no matter how much she learns from them, they're still not going to see her. They're not going to see her as them. My child lives in a big house.
We're going to wrap it up here.
I'm just going to say she lives in a big house. She gets everything. She's spoiled. She gets everything she wanted, but they're still not going to see her as equal. Even though she's on a better level than some of them, or she's even on an equal level than some of them kids in that class, they're still never going to see her for her. So you going to a white therapist, to me, no matter what struggles, it's nothing to me that they can teach you.
I'm gonna let you talk.
It's nothing, because at the end of the day, they're still gonna feel like they're always better than you.
They do.
They're not gonna feel like they can teach you nothing. They don't even want you to know.
I got a question though. In certain regards, don't we feel like we better than white people?
We are.
Thank you. So why the fuck?
But let me tell you this.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, okay. Can we stop the walk? Can we stop?
Because I'm getting mad too. I was ready to stand up too, but I had to.
Can we stop the walking
How
contradictions?
many black people
have
helped white people? How many black people have adapted?
Okay, but can we talk about the white people that march with us?
But what have white people have ever done for us as a culture? No, because I want to know. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, I want to know. What have white people ever done for us? What have white people have ever done for us as a culture? Look at Justin Bieber. He got signed by Usher or somebody at a young age.
That's what I'm saying. White people have done a lot.
Listen. I'm like one floor, please, one floor.
I mean, like this is gonna be completely off topic, but look like the Gaza Israel thing. Like their whole issue is. Like,
are you reading my mind?
But their whole issue is like, it's not about like. The problem with people always thinking someone's better than the other person is like y'all always gonna. It's just you gonna have issues. It's it's just a hierarchical thing. Like if you want to see people like at the end of the day, everyone's just a human. Fucking
right. That's what I was getting.
Hair, cool. But everyone wants to like.
I mean, I get that you're saying that, right? Listen, I get that you're saying
human problems are human problems.
Please let me just say this because we wrap this up. This is where we be the end. I'm saying this, right? I think that we need to remember our past, right? And let me tell you why we need to remember our past. Not saying that it's like still the same today, right? But I say, no, real shit. I say that to say because the simple fact of just what Ken said, right? We think that we're accepted by these groups and we're really not accepted by these groups.
But we don't accept them.
Who said that?
So
we do. We always telling somebody they invited to the cookout. They don't even need to be invited.
That doesn't mean they're not accepted. Because I mean, look at if that's the case, y'all are being a walking contradiction.
Tribalism. I think like everyone should like just like Chinese people stick to Chinese people. Like,
they do.
I believe in tribalism.
And that's
but the problem is that we don't stick to our own people. So
but that's not true though. Chinese people don't always stick to Chinese people.
Yes, they do.
Stop it. The most racist motherfuckers in the fucking world.
Because I have friends over in China right now and they win. And these Chinese people are supporting them.
Like I said, good night.
But see, this is the thing though.
Good night. This is the Hot Out Podcast. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel at the Hot Out Podcast. It has been real, and we are signing out. But we're going to get back to this. Yeah, it is, because I'm on niggas' ass.